And he's watching to see who's coming down the channel on the inside. Studebaker's through, and he's already looking to nip underneath. The chat between the drivers is a lot more fun if you beat them, isn't it? Than if they beat you. So there's, you know, you can chat in a very friendly manner. Yeah, chat in a very friendly manner before the race, but afterwards it's a whole lot more friendly if you won.
I'll tell you what, I had a great race at the Silverstone Classic in my Mini. On the first lap I got punted off onto the grass and dropped back to about 15th. On the next corner I got punted down to 22nd and I battled up to 12th and I expected to wanted to win. But I must say, it was still a fantastic race. It's the racing that counts. Yeah. We've all done winning. We just want a good race and we don't...
Yeah, Pirro right in the middle of a good race there. Let's ride with the Ford Thunderbird, starting on row 2 of the grid with Romain Dumas. You're looking for the gap, there it was, and suddenly Pirro's in the Alpha, so now where do you go? You can see how much lock he's trying to put in to get the nose to respond to the helm. There's about a quarter of a turn of slack, presumably, in there, and then he finds, well, it's grass, but it's a passing lane, I'm through. Tell you what, that thing is not hanging around. Bill Shepherd builds a mighty motor.
Gear changing.
11s in that series the last 18 months or so, but Nick Swift, anything that's basically a Mini is meat and drink to him, and the Mini Marcos is basically the Mini. He is hauling up behind the Lotus Elan as they come out of the chicane. He's within a car length. By the end of the straight he'll be 7 or 8 car lengths back as they turn into the first corner. Now already I'm sure Nick Swift is planning exactly where he's going to dive bomb the Elan, and I think it's going to be into the chicane on the final lap. If he can get enough of a run through Woodcote and maybe try and get the Elan to work its tyres a little too hard. Oh, hang a minute. Oh, right on the inside. He had a little nose on the inside through the first corner at Madgwick. Now as they sweep through Ford Water in this Ford Water Trophy race, the Mini Marcos of Nick Swift, the blue and yellow car, all over the back of the Lotus Elan of Robert Barry. Qualifying speed 134.39 for Robert Barry, 134.75 for Nick Swift. So he's giving away something like 1500ths of a second on a lap, but you wouldn't know it from this.
Swift has just hopped over the inside curve here at St Mary's. He's absolutely on it. The Iso Revolta was quickest in a straight line. Richard Evans at 130 miles an hour down the Lavender Straight.
Goodness me, they're probably taking an awful lot of stopping. He probably just gets to 130 and then several hundred metres from the corner is looking for some retardation. It's not a small car and it probably doesn't have the greatest brakes.
They'll get into traffic and that's what it may well be that he can gain. There's the Mini Marcos coming up the side of the Elan. The Elans are very, very wieldy tools with that cruciform chassis, the 1600cc.
To do it on the run to the chicane, he's not going to get him before the Lavender Straight, and if he does, Grant will just go straight back. He has got to outthink Grant Williams, play even sharper than he did last time. And Grant knows he's under pressure at the chicane. Mike Jordan is going to try and grab the inside line before the kick, but the Jaguar gets there first. Grant straight lines that left verge, right verge, and now it's all about the final corner, Woodcote. How leery is the Jag going to be, and how close will Mike Jordan get alongside it into the chicane? Jordan's turning in tight. Grant Williams has got just enough, has he? Mike Jordan trying to throw the Austin to the inside, can't get there. Grant Williams, if he makes it out of the chicane, will make it to the checkered flag in front. Jordan's got a drag race on his hands. Grant Williams spinning up the rear wheels, and it's backing up, but Grant Williams will get it by a fender, gets it by a cover, takes it to the checkered flag. Victory for by one, but an aggregate win for the number 77 Austin. Yesterday, Nick Minassion finished second after the problems for the other cars, and second here for Mike Jordan. Patrick Watts finishes in third. So they will be on.
Just a little tickle.
Sorry,
just a little tickle.
Really nasty.
James Cottingham right in front at the moment of Richard Wilson, the number 25 Maserati, and hot on his heels still John Young. So where's Michael Lyons in the Austin Healey with the Corvette motor? He's not quite close enough. He's dropped down to 9th place behind Bill Shepherd's Behemoth of a Battlebird and Martin Stretton in car number 9, the C-Type. But now it's Maserati versus Ferrari. The Ferrari with the inside line. That works.
Jackson just getting a little bit sideways on the downshift there. His car pitching left as he released the clutch, dropping down into third in the middle of the braking zone, whilst Cottingham defended very well, just covering the inside line.
20 plus years and wheel-to-wheel racing. He said it all, he encapsulated why he does this, and he can't believe he's back, and he really is, isn't he?
I know, absolutely fabulous. Lights ablaze, rally style on Healey number 146. Great battle for 5th place with the John and Jack Young E-Type, and the Healey there, all of a piece, pitched in, almost with a Scandinavian flick, backed in past the E-Type for 5th. Now the Jack stretching his long legs around the outside. The 3.8 XK beats the 3-litre Austin engine, but the Healey has got all the poise in the corners and doesn't mind a bit of grass under a dangling front wheel either.
Okay, let's
in ninth place, number 1, Christensen, lapping on the same pace as the leader.
Wow.
Well, Jack Young, just seen him in that number 26 E-Type. He is running third, bear that in mind, third of the cars that have pitted, and on the pace that he has had and his father John's had in the first half of the race. That is a solid third position, not one that's fluky.
Hadfield's had trouble getting round the Corvette at St Mary's. That'll cost him.
Well, it doesn't take much, does it, to cost him?
So let's take a look. Romain Dumas lost out a little bit in traffic coming down towards the end of the lap. There's another Cobra up in front of him. I think that's the number 7 car. We'll check it's a silver one, but that is not in their battle. That is really obstructing their battle. So waiting to see, does the Lister Tiger come into the pits? Oh, very, very tight indeed. The number 7 Cobra just gets out of the way. We're riding on board with the car in 4th, and in 3rd place, that's the number 2. Andre Lotterer Cobra. Cobra's, as far as the eye can see, changed for the lead.
Dumas up the inside of Ollie Bryan into Madgwick. Did Ollie get slightly delayed? Did he have to check the throttle on the way out of the chicane? Because Dumas got a run, completed the move into Madgwick. He holds it on the run down into Broadwater as Ollie Bryan now comes under pressure from behind.
Well, let's take a look. He must have been obstructed. They're both in AC Cobras. There's no way the number 1 has less power than 47. No, well, very slight obstruction. They use the slipstream up the inside. Oh my golly! That number 7. We've all flinched in the commentary box. Now riding on board. Let's see how they how close they get to the number 71. Porsche cannot see it. Here goes the 47 car up the inside. Oh my gosh! Coming out of the pits. That is threading the eye of a needle. You almost need to take the clothes off to get through that.